Should children be prevented from learning about some of history's nastiest characters?
Yes. So this is the story that Henry VIII will be skipped over in a new BBC history programme. So this is the programme is chronicling over 1,500 years of British history, but it's going to skip over Henry VIII because he was a horrible person.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you know, he beheaded wives. That's not good behaviour.
Yeah, but that's well, we don't know them. But also, if they talked during a game, you understand it. But also, you know, that misses all the wives he did behead and divorce. Now we're not going to hear about any of their. This is a misogynistic viewpoint, I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But are you suggesting that because he didn't behead 60% of his wives, that's not a bad ratio?
Well, in those days, probably pretty good. But also, now we don't get to hear about any of the wives because we skip Henry and we skip all the stuff he created.
That's true. What do you think, Leo? Do you think we should?
I think people in the old days were generally quite nasty. I don't think there were any royals in the old days running charities, you know, dolphin sanctuaries, or you know, charities for refugees. So you know, we've got to judge people by the morals and the ideals of the time. And you know, if cutting off your wife was appropriate at the time.
But also,
I don't think that was ever appropriate, surely. I mean,
but also, how awful was it really? Because he got rid of the Catholic Church. For God's sake, he saved a lot of kids' lives, right?
For goodness sake, Scott.
Well, he did.
You're talking to a Catholic.
I know, and I know you personally. That's why I brought it up. So, but no, I really think, you know, this is really about religion and really about the force of religion in culture then and now. So it's interesting that they're removing all of that conversation.
Yes.
You know?
But I mean, it's very weird, isn't it? The idea that, I mean, this goes with the argument about toppling statues and this kind of thing. It's like, why not engage with the good and bad parts of history? You know, not just pretend it didn't happen, or that's a bit.
What did Henry do that was good? I forget. There was some good stuff.
He did lots of good stuff.
Really good things.
Well, people would say that the Reformation was a good.
That's pretty good. That was a good thing. What else? What else you got?
Well, I mean, he
Invented the wheel.
He trashed the monasteries. That was quite.
That was good. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
And also, if people are upset about slavery and colonialism now, it's happening right now. You don't need to go back 1,500 years to find stuff to get upset about. There's more slavery now than there was at the peak of the transatlantic slavery.
Yeah, comedy clubs are dropping their salaries.
Yeah.
There you go, right there, right?
And also colonialism. China's, you know, buying up so much of Africa and getting, you know, third world countries into debt traps. So people could go and protest against that, but they won't because it's difficult and involves jeopardy instead of writing a tweet.
Yeah, it's much easier to just delete Henry VIII from a history programme. That's going to solve all of the problems. But actually, you know, he was quite a big, jolly man. He was doing a lot for body positivity, wasn't he, at a time, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think.
It's weight phobic.
It is weight. Maybe it's a fat phobic thing.
It is a fat phobic thing.
Maybe they're deleting because he was too fat.